All right, today I wanted to talk about whether it's worth going out to do activities you don't want to do because you're doing it with a friend or friends, plural. Now, I'm not trying to say that it's bad to do things with friends. It's good to do things with friends. I enjoy doing things with friends. If I'm being honest, I'd say it was nice to explore the Museum of Science with my friend the time that she came into town and we went there and spent the whole day there in 2019 because I got to see her reactions to the exhibits I was familiar with. And it was nice to see her because I hadn't seen her in 6 months. Anyway, it was also nice to go there alone on Halloween when nobody else was available. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was good. I I still enjoyed spending the day there, most of the day there, because I realized one, it's kind of eerie to be in there right when it opens and there's nobody else around. Anyway, the point is, it is nice to do things with friends, but there is a certain cutoff point. Like at a certain point, if you don't enjoy the activity, it doesn't matter if you're gonna be doing it with friends or not. And you have every right to say no to an activity, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You should be free to say no to doing something you don't want to do, regardless of if it's with friends or not. The other day, on the way home from the supermarket, my mom was telling me that she's going to see that new Captain America movie with a friend. She offered for me to come. I was like, no, fuck that movie. I had to explain to her the behind the scenes drama behind it, how it's been delayed multiple times, reshot so much that they basically filmed the entire thing at least 4 times over to my knowledge. Don't quote me on that. But still, I know it's gonna be an abomination of a movie, and Sam Wilson's "You've Gotta Do Better" speech doesn't from Falcon and the Winter Soldier doesn't exactly help. And then Anthony Mackie's real life comments about Captain America not representing America. Okay, we all get you were trying to say that it was more about the idea than the ideals compared ideals and not just Amer- as to America. Even though you could argue that Captain America stands for the American way, like Superman stands for truth, justice, and the American way. But yeah, that probably didn't really help. I told her all that, and she rationalized it as she'll get to take a nap. I'm thinking to myself, why are you throwing away as much as $20, depending on whether it's the premium format or not, on going to see a movie that you're not really going to pay attention to? Like, I get doing things with friends because I can tell you, between my two Museum of Science experiences, going there with a friend had its benefits. It was fun. It was also fun to go on my own. I wouldn't say either is better than the other, but at a certain point, you can't let other people dictate your experiences. Yes, it was fun to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with the big group of friends and getting to see their reactions to moments that filled me with joy. But it was also fun to see it alone because it was the very first showing at that theater, one of the earliest showings in the country. In fact, I'm pretty sure that every single location of that theater chain and probably several other ones had that exact same fan event going on. And I do not regret going to see it alone. And I also don't regret going to see it with friends. But if it were not so good a movie, I would not have gone to see it the second time. It wouldn't have mattered to me if my friends were seeing it or not. The fact is, if I know it's going to be a terrible movie, I'm not going to waste my time or money. It's not just the money, it's the time investment. Again, it's nice to see my friends and family as well, but that there is a cutoff point. For example, my uncle from upstate New York, he kind of flip flopped on when he'd come into town in October on two different occasions. First, we were planning on seeing Joker 2 on the Sunday after that came out, but he ultimately canceled for that and he was going to try for the Thursday preview show of Venom 3. And thank God he canceled on that Joker 2 one. Because if I'd gone through the horrific experience of seeing Joker 2 in what I can only describe as movie hell, even if I'd already had the tickets for that, I would have immediately refunded them for that and then told my uncle, "Nope, we're not seeing this. As one, I'm not subjecting you to it, and two, I'm not watching that again. There's no." eh, and it was so awful. I thought I died and went to movie hell. Ugh, oh, I can't believe I was actually planning to see that twice. Ugh. Yeah, then he ended up not coming for Venom 3. No, wait, it was the Saturday after Venom 3 came out. I still went to see Venom 3 on the Thursday preview show. Actually, I was going to delay that one to that Saturday so that I could see it with him the first time rather than go see it twice. Ultimately, he ended up coming to town on November 9th, and my mom, and I saw Heretic, and it was a good movie, and it was good to see him. Okay, how did I get here again? Oh yeah, there is a cutoff point for trying to emphasize my point about the cutoff for doing activities with other people, with friends or family. Yeah, I'll do something like going to the Museum of Science or the somewhere else in Boston, like the Harry Potter exhibit with my friends. Yeah, I'll gladly do that. I'll gladly do bowling with them. And to be honest, those are probably better to do with other people than alone because you have a lot of other people crammed in. Like with bowling, you're inevitably going to have someone in the other half of the lane because there are two lanes that share the same ball return. That's just how it's structured. That's why I think something like that is designed more for groups and couples instead of loners like me. Obviously, for them, it's to make more money, but at least something like the Harry Potter exhibit would have been good enough alone. It would have been much harder to get pictures with the props and the setups and such. But yeah, it's still fun to go and do things with friends, but at a certain point, you have to say no. So if you, so for example, with me, drinking, if the if I know there's going to be a lot of drinking or a lot of encouragement of drinking, I am not going to participate in that. If drinking is the point of it, I want nothing to do with that. Now, if you have uh, now if they have a drink or two, I'm not gonna get up in anyone's face over it. Like friend's birthday, when a bunch of us went bowling, they had some of them had some drinks, and I didn't say anything because not my party, not my rules. It was my friend's birthday gathering, and if he wants to do that, there's nothing I can do to try and stop him. I'm not going to encourage it ever, but I'm not going to try and stop. I'm not going to try and forcibly stop them, and I'm not going to let that uh, dictate whether I engage with them or not. I will still go to events that happen to have alcohol present, but there is no way in hell I would ever willfully partake. The only reason I would even go in the first place is because it's their party and I know they'd appreciate me being there. And I don't give them a hard time about when it comes to that. But when it's something that I put together, they know the rules and they know I won't compromise on that. That being said, I do have limits and we all respect each other's decisions when it comes to choosing not to do something we don't want to be if we don't want to. So for example, if I wanted to go see I've had friends who declined to join me to on movies because it didn't interest them and I respected that. And now that I've realized that I don't have to go see every single Marvel movie just because, especially because I'm not doing reviews of them anymore. Like I said to my mom about Captain America 4, fuck that movie. There's no convincing me to go see it. I don't care how much of my friend group is doing that. One of them actually suggested unironically suggested a group viewing of the Minecraft movie, likely for the lulz, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. Because again, I have my limits on what I will do with friends. Yeah, I'll happily hang out with my friends because of that, because they are my friends. But at a certain point, if they're doing something I'd rather not do, I am not going to involve myself with that. You do what you want, but I'm sitting this one out. I'm sitting out that attempt at the Minecraft movie group viewing. I sat out I sat out the Knuckles group screening. I mentioned this in my Valentine's Day video about why I preferred being single when it came to the freedom to watch movies and TV when I wanted. I was not going to wait 2 weeks to watch a show I wanted to watch when I had the whole day off the day it came out. Anyway, the point is, just because as it's something you're doing with friends doesn't mean you have to join them. I actually asked my mother if she would join the like do something with friends if it was literally jumping off a cliff just to see how just to test her limits to see if she actually meant it. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for the video before I get frustrated about it. You let me know in the comments down below if you've ever done things with friends that you normally wouldn't do that you actively wouldn't want to do, whether it be something like seeing a new movie that you know is going to be crap or revisiting a movie that you already know is crap, or something else, or whether you prefer the thing you do when you're doing it with friends or if you're doing it alone. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I'll see you soon.